Welcome back to San Diego Opera Video Podcast. My guest today plays the role of Sharpless, the American consul in Puccini's Madama Butterfly, Anthony Clark Evans. Clark?
Nice to meet you.
Good to have you here. You're debuting with us, so
Yes.
We want the audience to get to know you a little bit. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Kentucky. I live in Elizabethtown, Kentucky with my wife and daughter, 1.5-year-old girl named Bryn, and she's very beautiful. I have lived all over that state. The past 3 years, I've lived in Chicago as a young artist.
Right, so you were at the Ryan Center
Yes.
Young Artist Program. Tell us a little bit about the program.
The program is basically set up by donors of the Opera House to more or less it's a function of two different ideas. Is to help the opera company boost young singers up by giving them small parts, and to help the opera company by giving the singers small parts.
Yeah, exactly.
We really help one another because we get a lot of experience, which is something I personally gained the most from. I got a lot of experience on stage, and I got to play some big roles, and I got to play some smaller roles, and I got to cover a lot of really big roles and famous people.
And your first role at Chicago Lyric, I understand, was Yamadori. Is that right?
No, it was I think that was my second, maybe. My first role was Montano in
Otello.
In Otello, and it's nice to do your first professional opera when you have to not only sing, dance, and all that stuff, but do sword fighting.
Oh, fun.
That was also a first for me. That was
Right.
something pretty fun.
So as part of the Ryan Center, you, I assume, get coaching, training in various aspects
Yes.
of the business and that kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. Julia Faulkner, who is my voice teacher right now, I guess you might say, and has been for the last 3 years, she's just now become part of the staff there. There's Dan Novak. Craig Terry is the music director there.
Oh, yeah.
Craig is also
Right.
a coach. We have a lot of great younger and older coaches. We have an apprentice coach for the past 3 years as well. So that's kind of a newer thing with the Ryan Center.
Well, and Craig has been here a couple of times in the last couple of seasons. He accompanied Stephanie Blythe's
Yes.
concert, as well as Patricia Rissett's concert.
Yes.
So 2
Also
years in a row.
Always with Patricia, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's great. Well, so is this your first flight with Sharpless?
I covered it when I was singing Yamadori in Chicago. So
Okay.
I covered Mr. Christopher Purvis as Sharpless, and he gave me a lot to go by, basically, and I understand the part fairly well, I guess.
How do you assess the role for you at this point in your career as a young artist?
I think when I become older and I have had more life experience, it'll become a different role for me. Now, it's more, I'm trying to access the emotions that I might not have on a daily basis, and I try to put myself there by maybe thinking about something else, kind of in a method way, and not so much as it pushes me over the edge or anything, but I want to make sure that I can get there and then kind of stay there and be successful in portraying that,
Right.
maybe that emotion of shock. I haven't been shocked a lot in my life, which is a good thing.
Lucky
it's a
you,
good thing.
yeah.
So I'm not a person who gets scared or shocked just about by anything. I'm a pretty even-keeled person. So that's something that when I see that sorrow running across stage, I have to be like, I have to instant. So
right.
That's one of the things I have to work on. But
Well, and in a way too, you have to counsel
yes,
Pinkerton,
yes,
and sort of, at least in the first act, sort of let him know that, well, maybe his tack, the way he's going into this marriage is
or
not
lack
the best thing in the
thereof,
world.
yes.
Yeah.
It's also, and then he tries to do the same for Butterfly in the second act. He tries to
Right.
counsel her and tries to kind of weave a web of she can get out of the marriage, so-called marriage, to Pinkerton and be with Yamadori. So he's trying to facilitate that and make it easy on her because he knows how emotional it might make her if she finds out all the real details of it.
Right.
So
I guess
he's unsuccessful at his negotiations every time.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Whether he's an older Sharpless or younger Sharpless.
Yes.
Now I have to be honest with you. When I saw your headshot, I went, Sharpless, because of course you looked so young and without the growth. But then I started thinking about it, and there is no reason in the world that Sharpless can't be a young a young man.
There's no reason he can't be a colleague of Pinkerton.
Yeah, exactly.
The director, Garnet Bruce, suggested that, maybe it was kind of like they were in college roommates, and one was this way and one was the other way. It's
one became a diplomat and the other became
a classic dichotomy, yes.
Yeah.
So, and I believe that kind of put it in the right kind of terms for us as younger people. Mm-hmm. So, again, it's more, I need to play him not older necessarily in age, but more sophisticated than Pinkerton. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think it is, just an embodiment of one thing over the other.
And maybe you've been there a year longer.
Yeah.
Or you set foot in Japan just a little bit before he did, and you know a little bit more about the lay of the land.
Yes.
It's a wonderful way of looking at it, and I think it'll give us a different perspective on it as well, which is always terrific.
Yes.
So what's happening next for you? Where are you?
I'm off to St. Louis as soon as I'm done here. Literally the day after I'm done here, I go to St. Louis, and then I start singing Marcello in La Boheme there until the end of June. Then I have some time off,
nice,
which I'm going to take.
Good.
And then Maestro Abel and myself both go to San Francisco to do Butterfly again.
Oh, terrific.
So that'll be nice to get with him again and go deeper.
At a large house and a very important house. That's great.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So you feeling good about your career so far?
Well, it's just started about three days ago. My career proper, not my young artist career, I guess you might call it. Yeah. I feel great about it so far. Nothing's gone wrong yet. So.
And you told me before we started the interview, you didn't even have rehearsal today, which is great.
No, I was supposed to, and they called it off. So.
And then you had the opportunity yesterday to meet the other cast members and Maestro Abel.
Yes.
I feel really good about this cast.
I'm very surprised that such a little person, LaTonya, can put out such a big noise.
That voice, it really is incredible.
She's incredible.
And it was at 10:30 in the morning on
Right.
Look, best of luck to you, not only here in Sharpless, but in your career. Thanks for coming, and
no problem.
We're delighted to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.